Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to share some takeaways from a recent conversation. I just got off the Zoom call with Brandon Kroll. He has been a guest on my interview twice. Phenomenal information about what's happening in the world, a lot about the occult, symbolism, Christianity, uh, the events that are unfolding in our world from a biblical perspective and from someone who sees the symbology, sees the lies and deception in our world. Phenomenal. So if you haven't had a chance to go visit and watch those interviews, you can find them on my YouTube channel here. But I'm going to share some takeaways because this guy's a super gem. And even though this was just a kind of a catch up for he and I, he shared a lot of great stuff. And so let me just kind of go informally based on my notes here. We talked a little bit about the technocratic government that is emerging in our world and really kind of has been here all along. Remember, Klaus Schwab and his right-hand man, Noah Harari, I think that's the last name, or Yuval Noah Harari. I can't remember what it is, but you know the guy, the bald guy. Really some strange stuff, talking about transhumanism, talking about not needing as many human beings anymore. It calls us kind of like useless eaters. It's really weird, Talks about drugging them and giving them video games to distract themselves. The guy's a nut job. Anyway, we talked about the technocratic government that is evolving, and that's really what I think they want. Is they want 100% total surveillance. They want a police state, so to speak. They want to be able to shut down anyone who dissents with them. And this is why you have to stay diligent and be aware, because you don't want to get yourself in a situation like that. You don't want to lose all your freedom. Information is the way it will wake you up. It woke me up. Knowledge and information woke me up. That's why I created the Great Awakening Guide at greatawakeningguide.com, and to share knowledge and information with you. Let's see. Oh, this is a fantastic idea he shared. He said, if you don't have a purpose, you become a pawn in another man's game. That really hit me, especially because, as you know, I offer One Life, which is a system for living, i.e. a system for winning the game of life. And the core component is, what is your mission and what is your purpose? Richard Bowles, the guy who wrote What Color is Your Parachute, defines your mission as using the talent God gave you that feels the best to you, right? That feels most right, most honorable. My talent, as you see, is speaking and also making comedy. I use comedy in air quotes because sometimes it's me ranting and venting, but it's my therapy, to be quite honest. So I thought that was fantastic. If you don't have a purpose, you become a pawn in another man's game. Wonderful. We talked about making it easy for people to consume the information. Both he and I look at ourselves as chefs. A chef will go out and source raw ingredients, food, prepare it, and serve it to his customers, his or her customers. That's kind of what we do. We both watch a lot of documentaries. Maybe you watch a lot of documentaries as well. Read, investigate. Like, that's my thing. That's my shizzle. I love it so much. I don't need Netflix. I don't need Hulu. I don't need to watch any of the silly movies that are coming out in our mainstream. Most of them are psychological programming and manipulation tools and info war game tools anyway. But I don't need to watch those because I'm watching the greatest show on earth play out in our world, and it's wildly fascinating. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not horrific, but it is engaging. He recommended a book called Rulers of Evil. I need to check that out. We talked a little bit about people who are engaged and not engaged in life, and I've never liked this term. I don't like referring to any other human being as an NPC, a non-player character, but some people refer to those people as that. The way I look at it instead, and I am here, and I was here, is a person with just lower levels of awareness, a lower level of consciousness about what's happening in the world, right? What this world really is. I now believe it's a fallen world. The agents of that guy who runs this world, Satan, are working on his behalf. It all stems from the deal that he offered Jesus, and again, I wasn't a Christian until COVID times. Let's be clear. The deal that the devil offered Jesus, hey, do you want to run this world with me? And I'll give you a piece of the action because I'm the boss of this world, this fallen world. And Jesus is like, no thanks, bro. I am 100% convinced that some human beings have taken the devil up on that deal. The devil and or his agents and or his promoters up on that deal. And then it becomes a pyramid scheme, a hierarchy with the devil at the top and all these different agents, managers and supervisors and the organization, the pyramid organization, like any corporation. You know what I'm talking about. I'm 100% convinced that's what it is. And an NPC, again, I don't like it, but a person who's unaware of that or doesn't even see evil. You don't even have to see it's the devil in charge here. You could just see there's some evil people doing some sinister shit, like deceiving people and lying to people and putting horrible things in food and putting horrible things in the sky. You may not go as far as seeing a biblical connection, but surely you must see some evil. It's a spiritual game. It's spiritual warfare. It's info war. It's a psychological war. We talked about that. We talked about the fact that he said they're banking on ignorance and arrogance. They're banking on your ignorance and arrogance. So the way to become that is to become humble. The way to fix that battle is to become humble and become informed. It's super simple. We talked about the best place to hide something is in plain sight when we were talking about all these symbols and, occult things and meanings and stuff like that. It's all right in front of our face. I'll probably put some of these in a tweet storm too and shoot them out on my Instagram at GMarkPhillips. Let's see what else. Live not by lies, right? I forget who said it. Solzhenitsyn, maybe. He said you're either a patriot or a saint. You're not both. That's fantastic. If you recall, when I first put together the Great Awakening Guide, I called it the Patriot's Guide to Saving America, but I quickly, over the course of a couple months, realized that, oh man, it appears we're in a spiritual war. It appears this could be biblical. And also, countries rise and fall. If Americans don't want to pull their heads out and inform themselves, not being judging or anything, I'm just saying, if you don't even want the knowledge, if a person doesn't even want to wake up, they're never going to wake up. Like, you have to set the conscious intention to wake up if you want to wake up. If you don't set the conscious intention to know the truth, you're never going to arrive to the truth. And I saw a lot of Americans that are like, oh, we do whatever they tell us to do. Whatever my doctor or the media or whatever pharmaceutical commercials tell me to do, I'm going to do because I trust them as an expert. That has to be step one. So it's fantastic there. Let's see what else. I thought about getting out of the system, as many systems as possible, which I recommend in the Great Awakening Guide as well. I'm not going to tell you how to do that because it's multifaceted and multi-nuanced, but monetary system, healthcare system, education system, food system, water system, any of the systems that you can get out that are run by government and or entities outside of yourself, and you can take that in-house, you are far better off. Power systems. I'll leave it there. He talked about George Carlin. This is fantastic. He said George Carlin wasn't a comedian. He was a philosopher because he dropped truth bombs in his shows that woke people up using humor. And some of them woke people up 10, 15 years ago. He was so far ahead of his time that myself and others are now sharing George Carlin quotes because it's relevant to the situation we find ourselves in now. So I thought that was phenomenal. He said the root server for all AI is called Demon. You know that, right? You can easily Google that. I've heard that a while ago. Talked about the analogy of what's happening now in our world to Finding Nemo, and all you have to do is swim against the current. Like, all you have to do is walk in the opposite direction that most people are walking in, and you'll be fine. All you have to do is do the opposite thing that most people are doing, and you're going to be fine. who also said it? Mark Twain. If you find yourself on the side of the majority, you might want to reconsider what your stance is. We saw that during COVID. We've seen that during these wars. We've seen that during these financial collapses. It's wild, but it is spot on the money. Again, you can find him at Brandon Kroll on Instagram. It's like Krollology 101 is his handle, but Kroll is his last name. And also, like I said, I've done two interviews on my YouTube channel. That's about it. That's what I wanted to share with you. We may be doing a project in the future. I'll let you have more information, or I'll share more information as that comes to fruition. If it comes to fruition, it might be something excited. You might be interested in it. I'll close there before I let you go. Be sure to check out focusandflow.co. That is products and apparel for conscious creators. That clothing line is designed to remind you that what you think about, you bring about, and what you focus on expands. You can still shine the light of awareness on evil in this world and be a truth speaker and do your work in the world, whatever that is, whether you're a baker, a car mechanic, an accountant, a lawyer. You can use your services in the benefit of God's system, helping people, pull them from the beast system, pull them from, wake them up to what's happening in the world. You can do that there. Also, One Life, which is the system for living that I created to help you do your purpose. You can learn more about that at thisismyonelife.com. All right, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.